vinyl community. This is Andy. Hopefully this is not a humongously long video, but I just want to share some things with you. Well, first things first, in the background I've got Christmas Groove 2016 going. DJ Trish sent me this last year, and perfect time of year to listen to it. Really digging it, Trish. Dug it last year, dig it this year as well, so thanks again for that. Also, got a little package in the mail Saturday. I was gone all day Saturday, so I didn't get a chance to open this till yesterday. But it's from DJ Legion, Brian. Brian, really appreciate the card. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you. He sent me an EP called Naughty Women, Naughty Women, and I didn't know anything about this, but apparently it's a 3-song EP from a 70s hard rock band, and more or less it was their demo that they passed around to different people trying to get recorded, and nobody ever signed them. So apparently they've re-released their demo. The original demo had 4 songs. This one only has 3, but the 3 songs that are on it are really badass. I really don't see how they didn't get signed, but you know, it was the early 70s, and they sound very much like a lot of the early 70s bands. And I really dig it. So you've got good taste, my friend. I've been jamming on this pretty much all afternoon. It's been in the van and all day today, to and from work. I've just been letting these songs go, and this is really cool, so thank you for that. So the wife and I had our 4-year anniversary over the weekend, and we got us a babysitter, so we were able to go out and do some things. So we set aside a small budget for ourselves, and we went to the city. We went to Carbondale, Illinois, and I discovered this place, Plaza Records. We ain't dead yet. And let me tell you something. This was a digger's paradise. Really enjoyed the time that I spent there. I'll stick some photos of the place and what it looked like on the inside. The guy at the counter, his name was Chris. Chris, props to you, buddy. He really knows his music. He's a big Monkees fan, and very knowledgeable, really polite. I went to the store twice that day. First we went early. I dropped the wife off. She wanted to do some shopping, so I went to this record store and went in and was like, wow, you know, very reasonable prices. Very. You know, a lot of times you go to a record store and prices are just really inflated, but I'll tell you, everything in the store was just very reasonably priced. So he's like, is there anything I can help you with in particular? I said, where's the dollar bin? And he said, oh, well, that room back there. So I went to a little section in the back, and there's a big island filled with albums, $1 a piece, and that's where I spent the bulk of my time. I dug through there until my wife called me and said, hey, I'm ready for lunch. So picked her up, we went out to eat, had a very nice meal, and then I said, where do you want to go next? She said, I'd like to go to the mall. I said, okay, I'm going to drop you off at the mall, and I'm going back to this record store, which I did. Went in, chatted some more with Chris, and just really racked up on some great albums, of which I will show you now. So there were 4 items that were not $1. and everything else that I'm going to show is. So the first few items here is the Notting Hillbillies. We've got Mark Knopfler there. A really good album if you're not familiar with the Notting Hillbillies. This is a little side project that Mark put together, and all four of these guys are just really, really good. So was glad to find this. You know, I've been on a Dire Straits kick and had to add that to the collection. I paid under $5 for that, and I paid under $5 for this. And Headley, if you're watching, this is a Stetson pressing. The Louvin Brothers, Tragic Songs of Life. This is one of those albums that I've really been trying to get my hands on, and there it was for like $5. And it's got a sticker on the back from the Ernest Tubb record store. At Ernest Tubb's record store, it was $9.98 once upon a time. But this has got Knoxville Girl, In the Pines, Take the News to Mother, What is Home Without Love, Mary of the Wild Moor. This is just a great album, one of their finest. And then I picked up a couple of Record Store Day records. One, I believe, from this past Record Store Day, and one from a previous. The newer of the two is I got the Zombies 45. I Want You Back Again. It's one side is the 1965 version of the song, and then the other side is the 2015 version of the song. I collect the Zombies. Was really happy to find this. Equally as well, this one, the Zombies, A Rose for Emily. It's the stereo dash cello version. I haven't opened this yet. And on the flip side is This Will Be Our Year, the mono album version, both tracks off of Odyssey and Oracle. And this is on translucent rose colored vinyl. So looking forward to popping that open. Okay, everything else I got, man, I got close to 50 albums. And like I said, Chris was a really cool dude, so he really cut me a deal on these. He, like, you know, shaved a few bucks off the top, just because, just to be a cool guy. I told him, or I asked, I said, hey, do you care if I take some pictures of your store? Because I do this little channel here. And he said, oh man, yeah, go ahead, it's all good. So I'm going to link this to their Facebook page. Check them out. Check out their Facebook page. And I'm going to put this link on there so that the fellas at Plaza Records can check it out. Okay, on these dollar records, I'm going to attempt to go through them pretty quickly, but we'll see what happens. I would say these are in no particular order, but I think I've broken them up where the first half of these are country, and then it goes into some other stuff. Buck Owens, Tiger by the Tail. You know, I can't pass up a Buck Owens album, especially for a buck. And this one's in really good shape. Buck Owens and his Buckaroos, I Don't Care. Because I've got to add to the collection. I don't think I had this one already, so I haven't took the time to look, but it's Buck. I do know I had another copy of this one, but this one is a much better copy than the one I've got. Buck Owens Volume 2 with some classic songs on it. Tiger by the Tail, Together Again, Act Naturally, Before You Go, Waiting in Your Welfare Line, My Heart Skips a Beat, Open Up Your Heart, Think of Me, Buckaroo, I Don't Care, Only You Can Break My Heart, and Love's Gonna Live Here. That's a bad arse album. Okay, Billy Hurst, if you're watching. Vern Gosdin, Chiseled in Stone. For a $1. When I saw this, I like to flipped out. And it's in great shape. My favorite song on this is It Raining at Your House? That's a tearjerker if there ever was one. Set 'em Up Joe, that's a good one. Just every song on here is killer. this one, The Best of Vern Gosdin, and it's a promo copy, and it's a white label promo, so I was glad to get that. Vern is the man. For those of you that aren't fans of country music, Vern Gosdin, he's the shit. I did already have a copy of this, but this one is near mint. It's still in the shrink. The vinyl looks amazing, and it's only $1. Their dollar section at this store was just phenomenal. I could have spent a lot more money there, but like I said, we had a budget that we limited ourselves to. The Souther Hillman Furry Band, where you've got J.D. Souther, Chris Hillman, and then these other guys here, Gordon, Perkins, and Harris. This is sealed copy for $1. I'm familiar with Mr. Souther and Chris Hillman, but it's on Asylum Records, and I'm looking forward to giving this a spin. Trying to go quickly, I know. Earl Taylor and his Bluegrass Mountaineers, Bluegrass Tailor Made. I'll quit yapping on some of these. Jimmy Skinner, Country Blues. I did go through and discog all these to put them in my collection, and apparently there's only ever been one copy of this on Discogs, and it sold for $35. I'm not familiar with this album, but I'm sure going to check it out. So it's got Dark Hollow, You're Lonesome at Your Table, Four Walls, a Floor, and a Ceiling. Some classic country stuff. Couldn't pass these up. They're on the Starday label. Johnny Bond, 10 Little Bottles, the uncensored version, which I don't think I've heard the censored version, but I'm looking forward to giving this a spin. And if that weren't enough, 10 Nights in a Bar Room, Johnny Bond. So, on Starday. Homer and Jethro, plus Jeffrey Clay, Hickey Free, Riley Shepard, Del Shure, and Red Woodland. So, Homer and Jethro, comedy duo, country. My second album from this group, Lulu Bell and Scotty, The Sweethearts of Country Music, also on Starday, and it's a collector's item. That Country Feeling, the Wilburn Brothers, with an Ernest Tubb record store sticker on it. And Carefree Moments by the Wilburn Brothers, Teddy and Doyle. And just for an album as old as these, or for albums as old as some of these are, just they're crisp and clear and just look very nice. Very nice copies. And look at this copy. Glenn Campbell, Wichita Lineman. Perfect corners, no flaking for its age. It's just, this looks amazing. Are you still with me? Cool. Next I got a stack of Chet. No, I didn't say shit. A stack of Chet. Oh my goodness. Solo Flights, Chet Atkins. One of country music's greatest guitarists. Not just country, but he plays a lot of different genres. Chet Atkins Love Letters. This is a sealed copy. Sealed. For $1. Chet Atkins Finger Pickin' Good. Chet Atkins Fingerstyle Guitar. This one I was really happy to find because I've been looking for this one for a while because it's really good. It's a Guitar World, Chet Atkins. And just how nice they look. How very well taken care of. Chet Atkins picks the best. Chet Atkins progressive picking. That's it for the Chet Atkins, so calm down. Linda Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies, Stony End on Pickwick label. Very early Linda Ronstadt. More golden gems from the original Carter family. It's got a little bit of a spot there, but aside from that, nothing wrong with that one. My hometown boy, Narvel Feltz, live, his very first album. This is on the Gusto label. The copy that I have, I guess, is an earlier pressing. It's on the Power Pack label out of Nashville, but it says recorded in Malden, Missouri at the bottom, which is the town I live in. This one has got a Gusto sticker over here, and it says Nashville, Tennessee, so different. And then the Best of Dolly Parton. I was happy to see this, if you know what I mean. And when I discogged it, you know, you can find out a lot about some things. Such as, this came with a poster originally, and guess what? Poster intact. Love that. It's got Jolene and Coat of Many Colors and any song you'd want to hear from Dolly. Good stuff. Okay, this next batch, we're going to mix it up a little bit. Pretty much, I think that's all the country. Then we get into some more obscure stuff. King Progress, Jackson Heights. Promo, with the big promo thing at the bottom. And I wasn't familiar with this. I just knew that it looked funky. It looked kind of psych. And it's a white label promo. So, glad to have that. I have given that a spin and it's really good. So, taking a chance for a buck. When I saw this one, I've seen this cover a dozen times, but every time I see it, it's like just ratty. And this album looks mint, and I couldn't help but pick it up. Don't hate Mel Torme on the Verve label. It's Mel Torme, man. Another copy of this, Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday, for a buck. I can't pass it up. I think I've got 3 copies of this now. I know, just put the vinyl right in here. I had a copy of this. I almost didn't buy this one, but when I looked at the vinyl, I thought, wow, the vinyl looks unplayed. So I'm probably going to Frankenstein this copy out with the copy that I've got up here. Uriah Heep, Look at Yourself. Looks kind of ratty, but like I said, the vinyl looks great, so I'm going to change it out. On the Stax label, Sam and Dave, Hold On, I'm Coming. What more can you say? Stax, Memphis, Tennessee. Nazareth, Hair of the Dog, an upgrade copy to the one that I've got. And it was a buck. Nazareth. Heavy Hits. This is a compilation. It's got The Intruders, The Impressions, Tommy James and the Shondells, The Happening, Big Brother and Holding Company, The Amboy Dukes, The Turtles, Strawberry Alarm Clock, The Who, The Sand Pebbles, The Lemon Pipers, The Delphonics, Sonny and Cher. This is a good time album. I know what you're going to say. Man, what a ratty looking cover. But guess what? It was a buck. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, and the albums look great. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's Jimmy. It's gatefold. 2 LP set. Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I think I did have a copy of this, but this one looks so much nicer. Wasn't familiar with this. I'm only familiar with one album from this band, but I picked this one up. Big Country, Peace in Our Time. It's a gatefold and it's reverse because the front's on the back and the back's on the front. I don't know. Urubama. This is produced by Paul Simon, and haven't given it a listen yet. I think it's kind of Afrocentric jazz mesh kind of stuff. I don't know, but bought it strictly for the cover, and because it's produced by Paul Simon, I thought, why not? You know, he's not going to put his name on crap, right? Kansas 2 for the Show, double LP, Farley's Retro Fan Cave. His favorite band's Kansas, so I'll play this in his honor and I'll crank it to 11. This next one, even when I was checking out and he was counting up, because, you know, I set my stack up there and he's like, how many you got? And I told him, he's like, I want to go ahead and look at them because I like to see what leaves here. And when he got to this one, he was like, oh man, you know, I saw that, and if that cover hadn't been so ratty, I'm sure we would have priced that a little bit higher. But I'll tell you, the cover don't bother me as long as the vinyl plays good. The Strawberry Alarm Clock, the storybook, Bowenzy, I don't know what that is, and The Seeds. It's produced by Dick Clark, and apparently it's a movie soundtrack, which I've never seen the movie, but I will try to track it down. Styx, Kilroy was here. I have a sealed copy, but now I've got a copy that I can spin. I don't know why I never opened the other one, but now I don't need to. Ray Charles, Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. Someone recently showed this on the VC and said it was one of their favorite albums. I can't recall who, but based on that, thought, well, I've got to pick that up. So, looking forward to giving this a listen. For $1, believe it or not, Kiss Rock and Roll Over. It's got the original inner sleeve, Casablanca label, and aside from a little bit of ring wear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the vinyl. So, Graham Parker, the Mona Lisa's sister, and it looks mint. Cheap Trick, Heaven Tonight. The cover's got some little bit of staining on it, but again, the vinyl looks great. It's got Surrender on it, so Cheap Trick. And then a couple of jazz records. Well, I say jazz. Charlie Bird, First Flight. It's a promotional copy, and it's a white label promo as well. Just an amazing Spanish guitar player. And last, and certainly not least, Ralph Towner, Diary. Not familiar with this. It looks like a jazz album to me, and it's on ECM, which ECM puts out very audiophile quality stuff. It's Ralph Towner playing 12-string and classical guitar, piano, and gongs. So I'm looking forward to kicking back and listening to this. That's it. I don't want the video to run too long, so that's what I picked up. Hope you enjoyed what I got there. Just wanted to share with you. It's the first time I've been able to get out and actually pick up some records in a while, and I'm really glad I found this place. I will definitely be returning to their establishment as soon as I can. With that, I'll leave y'all to it. So thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.